So, I was tagged to do the I Love Spring tag by Bookish Bunny, so I'm going to do that for you now, and then I'm going to end this video with a short sketch about my favourite city. How is spring where I live? Very temperamental. I live in Wales. It's currently horrible and rainy, but it might not be on other days. On other days it's gorgeous, and then some days it's not. We don't really have like, yeah, in the spring it's like this, yeah, in the winter's like this. You really can't predict the weather here because it's always just ridiculous. We had no snow this year as well. I'm very disappointed. What's my most anticipated book release of the spring? I'm not quite sure of any book releases specifically coming out this spring, but there's certainly a release I'm really excited about, which is Armada by Ernest Cline. It's Ernest Cline's next book. As you know, Ernest Cline is the author of Ready Player One. I'm sure I've mentioned this many times, and so I'm really excited to read his new book, and I really want to read it. And I want it to come out this spring, so I want to read it as soon as I possibly can, because oh my god, Ernest Cline, please. Show us a book cover that makes you think of spring. Okay. The Long Earth by Terry Pratchett and Stephen Baxter. I have not read this. I picked this up in a charity shop for like £2 because I thought, ooh, I've never read anything by Terry Pratchett and this looks really cool and science fiction-y, and it had a really gorgeous cover and it's a hardback. But I just discovered something when I was getting this off the shelf, that the inside of this dust cover, it doesn't look as springy as the outside, but that's really pretty. Look, it's all earths. I am a fan. I'm a fan of this. I may read this soon, I may not. That's the thing. I believe this is the first in a series, because I'm sure I've seen other books written by Terry Pratchett and Stephen Baxter with similar covers, so I think it might be the start of a series. It might be like the second book in the series, and you know, there's me being an idiot, but yeah, here we go. The Long Earth by Terry Pratchett and Stephen Baxter. Where am I going to read in the spring? I'm going to be reading in here in my room. I pretty much never read anywhere else. If I'm going to read anywhere else, it might be in school or something, but I pretty much don't go to places to read, I just read at home. Find a cover with the sun on it. It took me a lot of time to try and find one for this, but I think I've got a good one here. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. There you go. There's a picture of the sun. I can't think of any other books that I have that have the sun on it. Really? So yeah, that is it. Luckily I had the box set edition of The Hitchhiker's Guide, otherwise I wouldn't have that sun. What are my favourite spring reads? I don't have any favourite spring reads. I don't read anything specifically in spring. I just read whatever I do, and I'm in a huge reading slump at the moment. It's terrible. So my favourite spring reads will be whatever that gets me out of this slump. And hopefully, I really need to get out of this slump because I've got so many books that I haven't read and so many books I want to read. I'm really looking forward to reading The Last Policeman, the book that Quirk Book sent me, and I'm really looking forward to reading a lot of other things that I have as well. Find a book with many different colours on it. Well, I couldn't decide between these two, so Me, Earl and the Dying Girl, very colourful, and also Breakfast of Champions, which has this sort of Play-Doh motif going on by Kurt Vonnegut. These are two books that I haven't read. I've partially read this, and I know it's brilliant because it's Kurt Vonnegut, so I can recommend this to you with only reading the first few pages. It's very funny from the first few pages. There is a rather humorous illustration of a beaver. Whom do I tag? I tag you. I'm crap at tagging specific people because I just don't know what to. I don't know who to pick, and I don't know if they've done it. So I just tag you. You're a person. If you don't have a YouTube channel, make one and make this tag, or do it on a Tumblr post, or in the description. Not the description, in the comments. Just make a video, make this tag. It'll be fun. If you have a YouTube channel, come on, do it. Do it in Huggies. Come on, do it. Okay. As I promised you, now I'm going to give you that short sketch. I assure you it's very short. I need a hat. Hey Joey, we just got this new place from the Dutch. They call it New Amsterdam, and we want to build a city there. And how do you feel about designing it? Bring me a ruler. Hey. I told you it'd be a very brief sketch, didn't I? I'll see you guys tomorrow.